Right guys, so today I'm going to be talking about two different rifles and doing a bit of a side-by-side comparison. This topic's something that's bugged me for quite a while and I've wanted to say something about it, but today I will. So, right to it. Today we'll be talking about the difference between a Sako 85 and a Tikka T3, and a lot of people claim that Sakos are a waste of money and they're overpriced what they are and blah blah blah, and the Tikkas are made in the same factory, and that's true, but today I'll show how different they really are. Alright guys, so this is the Sako 85 here. As you can see, it's a beautiful rifle, but I'll just get down to the specs of it that are a lot different to the Tikka. The first thing you'll notice when you pick up a Sako is the bolt. The bolt's quite different to the Tikka, as it has 3 locking lugs, as you can see right there. And that gives the action a lot more strength and stability when you're working up loads and you're running a bit hotter loads and things like that. It's just a bit of peace of mind. And another thing, the Sako is it's actually a semi-controlled feed. So when you unload the rifle, you pull back the bolt, and the round doesn't necessarily just fly out. You can control how fast the round is ejected from the rifle. Also, another benefit to this is you can load the rifle in any position, so you can load it on the side like this, or on the upside down even, because it actually grabs the round instead of just pushing it, which is what the Tikka does. And yeah, what the Tikka does. So that's another benefit. Another thing that the Sako has on the Tikka is it actually has a set trigger. So what you do with the set trigger is you push the trigger forward, and it lowers the weight a lot. See, you almost can't even feel it go off. You just basically put your finger on it and it goes off automatically almost. It's so light and it's very crisp. Now, also another big factor with the Sako is the magazine. This is a massive difference to what the Tikka has. It's a double stack magazine, as you can see. It holds 6 rounds, and what you can actually do is you can also load it from the top. So you can just push the rounds in there, and you can load the magazine from the top. And I think that's a very handy feature to have when you're out in the field, and you don't have to pull out a magazine and all the rest. And also it's handy because you don't lose the magazines as easy in the field and things like that. So I think that's another feature that's very beneficial for the Sako. Anyways, we'll get on to the Tikka. This is the Tikka T3, and as you can see, this is not a heavy barreled rifle like my Sako is, but I'll still do a comparison and I'll show you the differences because they're pretty similar still. The first thing I'll talk about with this rifle is the bolt, as I did with Sako. As you can see, it's only a 2 lug locking bolt, as you can see. This isn't bad, but it just means that the action isn't as strong as the Sako, and yeah, that's just one thing that's different. And the bolt shroud is also plastic, whereas on the Sako it's actually aluminium. So this can also crack quite easily, which is another downside to the Tikka. The second thing I'll say about the Tikka is the magazine. This is really plasticky and it's strong, don't get me wrong, but it's not up to the same quality as the Sako is. And it's also a single stack magazine that holds 3 rounds in 308. So that's another downside. One thing about the Tikka is that it's a push feed. So what happens is when you push the rounds in the magazine, what it does is it pushes the round out of the magazine and it gently pushes it into the chamber, which is a lot different to the Sako, as that has the semi-controlled feed, which actually grabs the round. So with the Tikka, you can't actually load it on any angle like you can in the Sako. So that's a bit of a downside when you're in the field. And you also, you have to also load the magazine with the magazine out. So that's one thing. All in all, I think they're both great rifles. I'm not being biased in any way, as I love both of these rifles. I own Tikkas and Sakos. The Sako is a lot more expensive. My Sako is actually, it was $2,500 for just the rifle, and this Tikka was maybe, I think it was $1,100 for just the rifle. This is a T3 Hunter, and that was a Sako 85 varmint with stainless steel barrel and a laminate stock. But all in all, I think the if you have the money, the Sako is definitely worth it. When I got the Sako, I wanted to upgrade my 308 to a Sako as well, because I just loved it so much. It's just, the feel and the fit and finish on it's just, I think it's a lot more superior to the Tikka. And anyone who says that the Tikka T3 is to the same class and grade as the Sako is, they haven't handled a Sako. That's my opinion anyway, and everyone has a different opinion, but yeah. That's what I think, and I think if you have the money, the Sako is definitely worth it.